Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another flip through. Oh my goodness, it has been a long time since I have done a flip through. Whew, it's been about a month. So, welcome if you're new here. I work out of, these dictionaries for now. Normally, I work out of composition notebooks for my creative daily journal. That is what this is. And if you want to know how I make it, I have a permanent playlist down below, a link that you can go to that will show you from start to finish how I make these books. I alter them, I put in an extra spine. This is a 2-inch spine. And then I sew in 2 signatures to hold 2 months. And this is what has been working for me for the last year, and I absolutely love it. Now, this is my, let me think, July and August book. Okay. Oh, also, you know the drill. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified the next time another video comes out. And I also have playlists of my flip throughs. So if you feel like, maybe my videos are kind of disjointed, I film them whatever I happen to be doing that day and I plop them up on the channel. But if you're interested in just the flip throughs, I have a playlist. I will leave the link below for my flip through playlist. And feel free to go ahead and check out other playlists. Okay, so let's just get started, okay? In July, let's get y'all centered up, and I know it's glary, I'm sorry. Okay, so in the beginning of July, we actually went on vacation, and it was the first vacation out of Florida that we had been on since 3 years' time. And we were headed up. If you watched the last flip through, you would have seen that we had started heading up to Michigan, which from Florida is like 22 hours. Okay, so my husband drove 16 hours the first day. It was absolutely, it was fun. It was fun. It was a long trip. Don't get me wrong. It took us 2 days to get up there, but so well worth it. And we had not been out of the state of Florida in 3 years. So, yeah. So we're driving up there on this day. Here's the day that we ended up getting up to Michigan in the afternoon. And I just have to say, I mean, Michigan in the summertime is absolutely beautiful. The last leg of our trip, the last few hours, we went through lots of farmlands and just so many just beautiful farms and silos, and it was just gorgeous. So one of the things that I had noticed too when we were driving along, once we got up into the Michigan area, was there were so many Christmas trees, like blue spruce Christmas trees. I've never in my life seen so many natural growing Christmas trees. So that's why this Christmas tree is here. And then this was actually like the key card holder to our hotel. And so I just took like an old Christmas tag, and I just wanted to write down that memory that it's literally, I've never seen so many Christmas trees in my life. It was beautiful though. So we get up there in the afternoon. We checked into a hotel. Nobody knew that we were coming. So nobody, well, with exception to maybe one of my husband's sisters, knew that we were coming, but nobody else knew that we were coming. And it was fabulous. We drove to my husband's cousin's house, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So on this day here, I put in, Dear July, don't want any trouble from you. Just come in, sit down, don't touch anything, and keep your mouth shut, because you know how this year's been going, okay? So we arrive at the house, and the first person I think to see us there pull up was my sister-in-law's boyfriend. And he said, "Oh, someone's pulling up," and we get out of the car and, we start walking toward the barn. And then, I mean, like, oh my goodness. Yeah. It was fabulous because nobody knew we were coming, with exception of one sister. And it was such a surprise for everybody. It was so wonderful. Like, I was literally shaking like a leaf, just because it was just so exciting. It was just seeing everybody there, and they had no expectation that we were going to be there. And it was just fabulous. So, when we got there, I know my sister-in-law's boyfriend smokes cigars, and as it turns out, the cousin that we were going to see, the house that the family reunion was at, my husband's cousin's house, he smokes cigars as well. So these are the cigar wrappers, and they're so cool, and they smell really nice. And we finally got here, right? It was a long, long trip. And then when we got there, here are some puppy pictures. Oh my word, yes. My husband's cousin is a dog breeder, and so he had golden doodle puppies, and there were 7 of them, and they were just gorgeous. And here's a picture of my husband holding one. This is a picture of my daughter holding one, and they were only 4 weeks old. Oh my goodness, it was great. So on this right here, this is just like a notepad paper that I put front and back. I had a lot to write about, as you can see. And so, yeah, the night before, which is in my other book, the end of June. Really, Elizabeth? The end of June is when we started to make the trek, 23-hour trek up to Michigan. And so that shows like the beginning of our trip. So if you missed that one, just go into the flip throughs and you'll find it. So we had slept this previous night, we had slept at a hotel. I slept horribly. I think we all slept horribly. And yeah, we got up super early the next morning, like we got a couple hours sleep, and we were on the road again because we wanted to get to Kevin's house. That was our goal. So let's see here. Oh yeah, I write about it on here. I write about just all the countryside. It's just so beautiful. The farms, the silos, all that stuff. So we went to the hotel that my daughter booked us at, and we went ahead and registered, signed in, whatever, and went to the room. Let me think, was this the room? No, that was the other room. Anyway, we went to the room. Everything was fine, whatever. We dropped off our stuff, and then we headed out to Kevin's house. And I've already shared with you their reaction. It was wonderful, tear-filled, beautiful, happy, super surprised. And this was our first time ever at Kevin and Chris's, his wife's house, okay? And they have a gorgeous property. Oh my goodness. It's like a resort, okay? It's like a resort. They have got a lot of property. They have fields in the back. They have a little lake, like a pond lake type of thing, where they have kayaks and paddle boards, and I don't know what else they have. They have what's that boat called? Oh gosh, the name escapes me. It's a pontoon. So they have pontoon on there, and then you come up to the house. There's a main house, and then there's another separate area next to it where they call it the barn. It really looks like a separate house. It's absolutely beautiful. They have like it must be like a full court basketball court. And then in the barn, they have like an upstairs and a downstairs. The upstairs isn't quite finished yet. It's for living space. But the downstairs in one part is the kids' playroom, so they have a pool table and a poker table and a game table and couches and a kitchenette in there and a bathroom. And what else did they have? Ping pong, pool table, foosball. Yeah, I mean, like everything that a kid's heart could desire was in this part of the barn. And then there was a beautiful patio on the outside, and then a gorgeous pool area that the kids had, you know, an in-ground pool. It was just absolutely breathtaking. Oh my gosh, we were just so happy to be there. And oh yeah, like across the lake from them is like Ted Nugent's sister lives there. So I thought that was fun. Yeah, they had so many fun things. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's so the barn is like a 2-story 5-car garage building. It's beautiful. And then they had like an outdoor patio outside of it where like all of us sat and congregated, and there were puppies and people and babies and kids, and just oh, it was fabulous. It was fabulous. So when we got there, Kevin says, you know, we had told him, well, we, you know, booked a room in town, which is like 20 minutes away, because they live like out in the country. And he says, oh, no, 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 we want you to stay in my wife's mother-in-law's house. Her mother and father-in-law have a house 2 doors down from them. So that evening, my husband and I stayed at the hotel. My daughter stayed at the main house. And then the next day, we just, you know, we had our daughter cancel our reservations for the rest of the week. And yeah, we ended up staying 2 doors down in the same neighborhood. It was like, it was so just unbelievably gorgeous and fabulous. And yeah, it was so much fun. And not only that, his sister lives down the block too with her whole family. And by the way, they have a lot of kids, you know, like everybody in that family has a lot of kids, you know, whether there are natural children or adoptive children. They are all their children. But a cousin that we went up to see has, oh gosh, he has, let me count here, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I hope I don't miss anybody. Okay, well, they have over a dozen. All right, they have over a dozen children. Okay, right now I think they have only 6 of them living at home. Yeah. So anyway, so we were to stay 2 doors down, and it was absolutely just beautiful. So okay, my goodness, that was a really long start. I cannot tell you guys. 12 minutes in. Oh my word, on the first day. I cannot tell you guys how wonderful this trip was for all of us. We had not been out of the state of Florida in 3 years, and it was just really great. I mean, we really loved it. So on this day here, and this night here, we all met at a park, like the other family members, you know, like cousin Kevin's mom, Aunt Peg. She lives there in town, like 20 minutes away. And then, you know, some of the other kids came, and we all congregated at a park, a central park, and it was really nice. And we all had pizza, and we all visited, and it was wonderful in the evening here. The one thing that I will say is that this summer, I don't know if it's like this like normally in Michigan, but it was super duper hot. It was super duper hot, and that's coming from a Floridian. So yeah. So then on this day here, okay, I do believe, oops, this lake, oh, I need to glue that in, I guess. Okay, we'll leave that over there. All right, so we woke up and we gathered our stuff, and we met my husband's mom and dad for breakfast. Originally, we were going to meet more of the family members, but because of the whole state of the world and its affairs, you know, the place literally was not big enough to house all these people and still stay socially distanced. So we ended up just meeting my husband's mom and dad for breakfast, which was wonderful. We had a lovely time. And excuse me, then our cousin's wife took all the kids, and let me tell you, there are a lot of them, okay? Took all the kids, and including my daughter, up to the dunes at Lake Michigan. And my daughter, I'm not sure if my daughter's ever been to Lake Michigan. I've been to Lake Michigan before, but at any rate. I've never been to the dunes, and she hadn't either. So this is a snapshot, like a screenshot of my daughter's text. So here's my sweet daughter up on the dunes, and I said, "You made it. Are you at the top?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Better or worse than Arches," which is, of course, the park out west. Yeah, and she said it's a whole different demon. Oh my goodness, the poor thing. But she climbed up it and she did really well. So this lovely right here die cut I got from Sweet Debbie from Debbie's Journal. So thank you so much. I love these so much. Here more puppy cuddles. Oh my gosh, we had puppy cuddles every day. It was absolutely lovely. Okay. So, let's see what else went on. Okay, yeah. Then our cousin's son came over. I had not seen him in, oh my gosh, probably since he was in elementary school, and now he's a grown man and he's married. I mean, it was unbelievable. So we saw him, we met his wife, new wife, and that was lovely. And they brought their dog, which is also a golden doodle, and his name was Baxter. He was super huge and super cuddly and super beautiful. Yeah. So he was a gentle giant, that dog. So there were about 12 people on this day at the house. That's with all the kids gone. There were still 12 people at the house and 10 dogs. 7 of those dogs were puppies, okay? Oh my goodness, yeah. So adorable. So we had that night, yeah, we went to the main house for spaghetti and grilled venison. Yeah. So that was really nice. And then the lightning bugs came out. Guys, can I tell you? My memory is shot, so I'm not really sure if I've ever seen lightning bugs before, but I'm pretty sure I will never forget the lightning bugs out across the field and over the lake and just across their property. Just as soon as, you know, they must be crepuscular, I guess. But as soon as like it started getting dusk out, oh my word, the lightning bugs just started flitting around. It was just the most gorgeous thing. And we tried with all our might, my daughter and I, to take pictures of them, and you just can't get a picture of them. So yeah, it was wonderful. And then, okay, yeah, so everybody got back from the dunes and we all had dinner together, and there was like 40 of us there, like all family members. It was just so sweet and beautiful, and I loved seeing everybody. And our cousin's wife is just a doll and a half. So, oh, and deer in the fields. Like, we don't get deer down here, you know. So it was just so beautiful. And then because it was so stinking hot there, like my ankles were swelling. I shouldn't say I've never. I have experienced that here living in Florida, but not very often. Not very often at all. Okay, so on this day here, this was Friday the 3rd, it was hot. Okay, here is a lovely picture of just a portion of their backyard with their lake right there. Oh, it's just so beautiful, so beautiful. So this day, in the morning, I guess, we went to, it's a place called the Cascades, and we went there for a family barbecue, yeah. And so Aunt Peg, that's Kevin's mom, she was there, 2 of her sons, 3 of her daughters. I don't know how many kids she has. She's got like 6 or 7 kids. It's hard to keep track of everybody. My husband has got a humongous family, okay? A humongous family. It's just not even funny. But I love it. I love that there are so many. So then after we did that at the park and had a great time, a bunch of us headed back to Kevin's house for more playtime, swimming, and going in the lake. Yeah, so it was just a lot of fun. And then on this day, this was July 4th, and this was so much fun, okay? I don't know why I put this in here. This is from Brooke's sticker pack, but I like messed up somewhere. But anyway, it looks beautiful and it's perfect right here because it's the 4th of July. So we went to Amish country, and only a few of us went. and we went to Shipshewana, Indiana. So it was about an hour and a half away. I'm not gonna, I mean, I'm sure you guys can read all this, but here's the little map from Shipshewana. I collected stuff everywhere I went. I would collect business cards, pamphlets, brochures, everything, so that I could use it in my book. And it is a gorgeous place. So we went to these few places. Shipshewana is actually the third largest Amish community in the nation. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that like the Amish are very intriguing to me. We had an experience with Amish with my family, with my part of the family. We went to an Amish community, were able to go into an Amish house, which doesn't normally happen with Englishers. And it was just a fabulous experience when my kids were younger. And so, yeah, we went and we had a lovely lunch together. Oh my gosh, their chicken and noodles over mashed potatoes, to die for, okay? First stop, we went to Rise and Roll, and my daughter and I rode with my sister-in-law and her boyfriend, whom we love to death. So it was a great ride. It was a great trip. Yeah, first place was to go to Rise and Roll Bakery in Shipshewana, and they make something called, I believe they're called Amish crack. Okay, there are these donuts, and they are super, super good. So my daughter wanted to get some to bring back home, and we also went to E&S Sales, which is bulk foods. It's like a really interesting grocery store, and everything is sold in bulk. And then we also went to the Yoder's Meat and Cheese Company. Like, we love Amish meat and cheese. I don't know what it is about it, but it's fabulous. And then this came out of one of the Amish magazines. Well, it's not like an Amish magazine. It's like a brochure, and it says, what is the meaning of the Amish Thresher's meal? So I thought that was interesting. And yeah, I find the Amish very interesting. So that was on the 4th of July, and it was super, super fun. And so we did this during the day. Then when we got home, oh yeah, I also found a black Amish bonnet. Yeah. Ooh, let me see. It's right here. I have it right here. Yeah. Look at that. A handmade black Amish bonnet, right? Isn't that gorgeous? It's beautiful. Like, I had to have it. I had to have it. We found that at the thrift store. Yep. And that was fun. So anyway, we were gearing up. When we got home, we were gearing up for another family get-together. Okay. So, and when we were gone, the guys had put up the hitching post. So there was this big, I don't even know if it's granite or what. It's like a big rock, like a tall rock. And it was the hitching post to... it was originally at a family member's home, like a long, long time ago. And it was being sold at a family reunion auction one year. And our cousin Kevin's wife bought it for him. And he had yet to, like solidify it, in the ground. And so all the guys got together and they put the hitching post down. And yeah, there's the hitching post. There's my husband. I don't care if you see him, but I don't want to show other people, but there's the big rock with the hitching post on top, to put your horses and whatnot. So that was super, super fun. And I'm just so glad that they were able to do that. Yeah. So let's get through these 2 pages, and oh my word, I haven't even gotten through, oh my word, let's go. This trip was so fabulous, okay, so fabulous. And so this day was a Sunday, and these are pictures again that I don't really want to show all that much of. Hang on, Jack. But Amazing Grace, we had a family fellowship, like church service in the barn, and lots of family members came out. We sang Amazing Grace and we sang It Is Well. And it was just beautiful. It was a really beautiful time, and I'm just so blessed to be a part of this family. I love this family so much. And Aunt Peg, who is 88 years old or 88 years young, however you want to look at it, she told stories. I love hearing her stories. Um, Big Handsome this day, he was feeling poorly, as well as one of our sweet nieces, and so he held on to her while we, had our worship time and our fellowship time, and it was just sweet. So he went back to the house and took a nap, and in the evening we sat down at the barn and we watched the fireflies. Yeah. It was just so sweet, so sweet. Oh, and this night, for some reason, I had a dream about my beautiful mother who passed away a number of years ago, but it was just really lovely to see her again. But back to the morning, like, it was just a time of fellowship and prayer, and there were about 30 to 50 people in total. We had a huge meal together. It was just wonderful. And then those that wanted to give testimonies of how God had been working in their lives, they had the opportunity to do that. Some of the little ones got up and shared testimonies. It was just a really, really beautiful time. Just a beautiful time spent with family. And so I'll stop here. I know my husband went to this Jack's barbecue company, and he had bought my daughter some barbecue. He might have bought me some barbecue too. And I think that I sat inside the barn and I worked on answering y'all's comments while I was eating my barbecue. And here are just puppy cuddles, just puppies everywhere. There were 7 of them, and oh my gosh, everyone always had a puppy. It was fun. So Big Handsome brought some coffee to me. And I sat on the patio and I called my grandmother because, was it a Monday? Yep, it was a Monday. No matter where I'm at, if it's a Monday, I call my grandmother. So yes. And then we had more fun at the barn. Yeah. And it's just, this trip was so relaxing, it was just so relaxing. We had grilled chicken for dinner. And then I remember this night too, after everyone went to bed, the older kids were just playing outside in the dark. And Chris and I stayed up and chatted about teaching. Yes, I told her about my YouTube channel, and her older girls were interested in learning how to make journals. So yeah, we were gonna try to make journals the next day, and one of her daughters loves art. So yeah, I was really, really thrilled about that and looking forward to the next day. So even though we haven't even gotten through a full week, I think that is long enough for a video. This trip was just so memorable and so wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me and letting me share our time with you. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified the next time another video comes out. So thank you again for sharing your time with me, and have a great rest of your day and a wonderful week, and I'll talk at y'all real soon. Bye for now.